हेलो यूपीएससी स्टडी पार्टनर्स। आज हम ख़त्म करेंगे पॉइंटर्स ऑफ जर्नल साइंस। चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। उसमें सबसे पहले स्टार्ट करेंगे फिजिक्स में मेजरमेंट यूनिट। अमॉन्ग द फोर्स, वेलोसिटी, इलेक्ट्रिक करंट एंड वर्क विच इज़ अ फंडामेंटल फिजिकल क्वांटिटी, दैट इज इलेक्ट्रिक करंट। इलेक्ट्रिक करंट इज द फंडामेंटल फिजिकल क्वांटिटी। द यूनिट ऑफ पावर, इलेक्ट्रिक पावर इज वॉट। सभी को पता है पावर की यूनिट क्या होती है, वॉट होती है। फोर्स की यूनिट क्या होती है, न्यूटन होती है। वर्क की यूनिट क्या होती है, जूल होती है। फ्रीक्वेंसी किस में मेजर होती है, हर्ट्ज में मेजर होती है। ऐसा यूनिट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक रजिस्टिविटी ऑफ ए कंडक्टर, इलेक्ट्रिक रजिस्टिविटी, जहाँ पे रजिस्टिविटी आ जाए ऑफ ए कंडक्टर, उसकी ऐसा यूनिट क्या होती है, ओम। ओम ऐसा यूनिट होती है रजिस्टर की, और रजिस्टिविटी ऑफ कंडक्टर की ऐसा यूनिट होती है ओम मीटर। ओम मीटर इज यूनिट ऑफ रजिस्टिविटी। लाइट ईयर किसकी यूनिट होती है, डिस्टेंस की। लाइट ईयर, लाइट ईयर होता क्या है, वो डिस्टेंस जो एक साल में लाइट के द्वारा चली जाती है, ठीक है। डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल बाई लाइट इन 1 ईयर। द रीजन वाई एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल डिस्टेंस आर मेजर्ड इन लाइट ईयर। स्पीड ऑफ लाइट इज ऑलवेज सेम, क्योंकि स्पीड ऑफ लाइट कभी चेंज नहीं होती है, हमेशा सेम रहती है। अ पार्सेक, अ यूनिट ऑफ डिस्टेंस used to measure the distance related to stars in the sky equals to 3.256 light years। ठीक है, तो पार्सेक की वैल्यू क्या होती है, 3.256 लाइट ईयर्स। पार्सेक इज द यूनिट ऑफ डिस्टेंस। द यूनिट ऑफ मेजरमेंट मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 0.39 टू कन्वर्ट इट इंटू इंचेस, दैट्स कॉल्ड सेंटीमीटर। द हाइट ऑफ ए पर्सन हु इज 6 feet tall be expressed approximately in nanometer, that is 183 into 10 to the power 7 nanometer. So 1 nanometer is equals to 10 to the power minus 9 meter. That can also be said 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter. Okay, so ampere is the unit of electric current. Megawatt is measuring unit of power which is generated. अब यहाँ पे हम मैच द फॉलोइंग करेंगे। तो एक्सीलरेशन की यूनिट होती है मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर, हमेशा याद रखना। एक्सीलरेशन, वेलोसिटी और स्पीड में कंफ्यूज मत होना। फोर्स की यूनिट होती है न्यूटन। वर्क डन की यूनिट होती है जूल। इम्पल्स की यूनिट होती है न्यूटन सेकंड। ऐसा यूनिट ऑफ प्रेशर इज पास्कल। अब यहाँ पे स्टार्ट करते हैं कि दूसरे मैच द फॉलोइंग। इसमें यूनिट्स हैं और पैरामेट्रिक क्वांटिटीज़ हैं। तो वॉट किससे रिलेटेड है, पावर से। नॉट, स्पीड ऑफ शिप किस पे नापी जाती है, नॉट में। नेविगेशन, नॉटिकल माइल। हीट, कैलोरी। वर्क, जूल। करंट, एम्पियर। इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल, वोल्ट। ओके, सो यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ वॉट्स इन अ हॉर्स पावर इक्वल्स टू 746 वॉट्स। एंगस्ट्रॉम is a unit of wavelength. The correct match is as following. And now correct the match pair. Power of lens, diopter में मेजर किए जाते हैं। प्रेशर मेजर किया जाता है पास्कल में। एक्टिविटी ऑफ रेडियो एक्टिव बिकैक्यूरल सब्सटेंस, ओके, एक्टिविटी ऑफ रेडियो एक्टिव सब्सटेंस बिकैक्यूरल, एंड हीट इज जूल। And then 1 macron is equals to 1 upon 1000 millimeter. 1 macron represent in the length of 10 to the power minus 4 centimeter and 10 to the power minus 6 meter. The correct match of the following is decibel. So decibel is the unit of sound intensity. Horsepower is the unit of power. Nautical mile, unit of naval distance, and Celsius is the unit of temperature, everybody knows. So among the calorie and kilojoule, watt, this one is not the unit of heat. इनमें से कौन सा हीट का यूनिट नहीं है, दैट इज वॉट। वॉट हीट का यूनिट नहीं है, वॉट किसका है, वॉट है पावर का, इलेक्ट्रिक पावर। ओके, सो अमॉन्ग द सेंटीग्रेड, कैलोरी एंड एर्ग, जूल इज वन ऑफ नॉट द यूनिट ऑफ हीट, दैट इज सेंटीग्रेड। सेंटीग्रेड किसका है, किसी हम लेंथ की यूनिट बनाते हैं तब सेंटीग्रेड का यूज़ करते हैं। एंड वन डिस्टेंस ऑफ 1 किलोमीटर मीन्स 1000 meter. 1 picogram is equals to 10 to the power minus 12 gram. Pascal is a unit of measuring pressure. So the unit of pressure is Newton per square meter. Unit of atmospheric pressure is bar. 1 kilogram per centimeter cube pressure is equivalent to 1 bar. Among the stress, force or strain, जो pressure, this one is not unit of, that is strain. Strain की unit नहीं है। 1 barrel of oil equals to 159 liter और US gallon में 42. The smallest unit of length is Fermi, that is 10 to the power minus 25, 10 to the power minus 15 meter, right? Yes. अब मैच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग करेंगे। सो क्यूसेक, rate of flow, byte, computer, Richard, magnitude of earthquake, bar, pressure. Cusack is measured in flow of water. Unit of measure of thickness of ozone of the atmosphere is Dobson. Dobson is used for the measurement of concentration of the ozone layer. Now unit change. अब हम पढ़ेंगे measuring device and scales. The instrument used for locating submerged object in an ocean. वो हम किससे ढूंढते हैं? Sonar. Sonar is mostly used by navigators. Sonars we used ultrasonic waves. Apparatus used to measure intensity of sound, that is called audiometer. Velocity of force of wind is measured by anemometer. The device to measure electric current is ammeter. The correctly matched pair are follows: voltmeter, potential difference, ammeter, electric current, और potentiometer, that is electromotive current. जो galvanometer होता है is instrument measuring small electric current or function of current. Pyrometer high temperature के लिए होता है. The device used to measure extremely high temperature, that is called pyrometer. Thermometer known as pyrometer, that is radiation thermometers. Thermometer used to measure 2000 degree centigrade temperature is total radiation pyrometer. यहाँ पे pyheliometer is used to measuring solar radiation, or the manometer is used to measure pressure of gas. The correct match of the following करेंगे. एक तरफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, दूसरी तरफ मेजरिंग क्वांटिटी है. तो एमीटर को किस में नापते हैं? इलेक्ट्रिक करंट में. हाइग्रोमीटर को रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी और स्प्रिंग बैलेंस, वेट, बैरोमीटर, प्रेशर. करेक्ट मेथड ऑफ पेयर आर ओडोमीटर, measuring instrument for distance covered by motor vehicles; odometer, measuring instrument of frequency of electromagnetic waves; the instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure, that's called barometer; the liquid used in simple barometer, that is mercury; the density of milk can be obtained by the use of lactometer. Okay, and relative humidity is measured by hygrometer. Now thermoregister, that is electronic thermometer. Electroencephalogram is used in monitoring brain. Stethoscope to hear heart sound. Sphygmomanometer, और उसे हम ब्लड प्रेशर के लिए यूज़ करते हैं. कैरेटोमीटर, प्योरिटी ऑफ गोल्ड. लक्समीटर, और दैट इज टू मेजर इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट. द नेम ऑफ द इक्विपमेंट यूज फॉर मेजरिंग ब्लड. ब्लड प्रेशर को मेजर करने के लिए कौन सा इक्विपमेंट यूज़ करते हैं? साइगमोमनोमीटर. Seismometer. The apparatus used to measure the intensity of light, that's called lux meter. Radar is used for determining the presence and location of object with radio waves. Ringelmann scale is used to measure the density of smoke. The intensity magnitude of earthquake उसे हम रिचर्ड स्केल में नापते हैं. रिचर्ड स्केल किसके लिए होता है? एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ सिस्मिक वेव्स. Among the seismograph, ginger counter and rain gauge, which is the seismometer device, that is seismograph. Okay, इसमें कुछ कुछ पॉइंट्स रिपीट हैं, तो आप लोगों को साथ साथ पढ़ना है. अगर साथ नहीं पढ़ रहे हो तो फिर शायद मिस हो जाएगा. आप भी साथ साथ पढ़िए. द इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज टू रिकॉर्ड सिस्मिक वेव्स, दैट इज सिस्मोग्राफ. द करेक्ट मैच, और उसमें सिस्मोग्राफ किसके लिए यूज होता है? अर्थक्वेक नापने के लिए. एल्टमीटर हाइट, एमीटर इलेक्ट्रिक करंट, ओम रेजिस्टेंस, डेप्थ ऑफ सी उसे नापते हैं फैथोमीटर में. एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर नापते हैं बैरोमीटर, और एटमॉस्फेरिक ह्यूमिडिटी उसे हाइग्रोमीटर. तो फैथोमीटर यूज टू मेजर डेप्थ ऑफ द सी. द करेक्ट मैच अब करेंगे तो एनोमीटर विंड वेलोसिटी, सिस्मोग्राफ अर्थक्वेक, बैरोमीटर एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर, मैनोमीटर प्रेशर, कैर्बोरेटर इंटरनल कंबशन इंजन, अच्छा इसे हम कार्बोरेटर भी बोलते हैं जो बाइक और कार्स में यूज होता है. कार्डियोग्राफ, दैट इज हार्ट मूवमेंट. फोरोमीटर इज यूज टू मेजर द फोर्स ऑफ अ ह्यूमन वॉइस इन स्पीकिंग. फोटोमीटर इज यूज फॉर मेजरिंग द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट. द apparatus used for detecting light is known as polygraph. We say polygraph test कराओ, that means detecting light. The instrument used for measuring angular distance in vertical place elevation and horizontal place azimuth is theodolite. अब यहाँ पे हम टॉपिक चेंज करेंगे. अब हम पढ़ेंगे मैकेनिक्स ऑफ मास, मोशन, फोर्स, एक्सीलरेशन, मोमेंटम, वर्क, पावर, एनर्जी. Okay, so get ready. The first person who defined speed was Galileo. The simple machine helps a person in doing the same amount of work with lesser force. That's called machine. A man is standing on a sensitive balance. If he inhales deeply, the reading of the balance increases. Among the speed, velocity, torque, displacement, it is not a vector quantity. Vector quantity कौन सी quantity होती है जिसमें डायरेक्शन भी दी जाती है साथ में. तो that is speed is not a vector quantity. Otherwise, all of these are vector quantities. Among the displacement, velocity, force, and volume, it is not a vector quantity. Volume is not a vector quantity क्योंकि इसमें कोई डायरेक्शन नहीं होती. Among the time, speed, displacement, distance, it is a vector quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity. Among the force, pressure and velocity and acceleration, it is a scalar quantity. Pressure is a scalar quantity. Among the moment, pressure, energy, work, it is a vector quantity. Momentum is a vector quantity. The physical quantity represents the ratio of momentum and velocity of body, that is mass. Force is a product of mass and acceleration. If the number representing volume and surface area of a cube are equal, then the length of the edge of the cube in terms of unit and measurement will be 6. Energy conservation means energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Energy of wind is kinetic energy. In wind power, the form of energy converted into electrical energy, that is kinetic energy. Most of the sources of energy we use represent stored solar energy. These sources of energy are not ultimately driven from the sun's energy, that is nuclear energy or geothermal energy. Non-conventional energy sources, those energy sources that are renewable energy. The correct match is as follows. एनर्जी कन्वेंशन यहाँ पे डिवाइस मैकेनिज्म, तो सनलाइट टू इलेक्ट्रिक वो कन्वर्ट करता है सोलर सेल, इलेक्ट्रिक टू साउंड वो लाउड स्पीकर करता है, मास टू हीट वो न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर करता है, केमिकल टू हीट एंड लाइट फ्यूल कंबशन करता है. न्यूटन का फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ मोशन किस नाम से जाना जाता है? लॉ ऑफ इनर्शिया के नाम से. इट एज द ट्रेन स्टार्ट मूविंग द हेड ऑफ द पैसेंजर सिटिंग इनसाइड लीड्स बैकवर्ड बिकॉज ऑफ इनर्शिया ऑफ रेस्ट. स्टैटिक साइंस इज एसोसिएटेड विद सिचुएशन ऑफ रेस्ट. असर्शन रीजन करेंगे जो कि आजकल के पैटर्न में आ रहा है. तो अ मैन स्टैंडिंग ऑन अ कंप्लीटली frictionless surface can propel himself by whistling. Reason: if no external force act on a system, its movement cannot be changed. So इसका आंसर है both A and B are true, but R is not a correct explanation of A. It is difficult to walk on the ice than on the road because ice has lesser friction than the road. In starting a loaded cart, one has to push harder than to keep it moving because there is less friction once the cart starts moving. For every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. The law is given by Newton. Now we will read physical properties of matter. The temperature of point of the solid liquid gas state together is known as triple point. The drop of water is spherical in shape is due to surface tension. The raindrop of a spherical because the water has surface tension. The tendency of liquid drop of contact and occupy minimum area is due to surface tension. Oil is spread on the water because surface tension of oil is less than water. Kerosene oil floats of water because its density is less than the density of water. Pressure inside a soap bubble is more than atmospheric pressure. If the two bubble of a soap of different diameter comes in contact with the tube, then the smaller bubble will become the smaller and the bigger will become bigger. A hydrogen inflated polythene balloon is released from the surface of earth and the balloon rises altitude up from the atmosphere. It will increase in size. When some charges is placed on the soap bubble, its radius increases. If there is no phenomena of capillary, then it would be difficult to use the kerosene lamp. The boiling paper would fail to function and big trees what see around are not grown on the earth. अगर कोई capillary वाला phenomena नहीं होता तो. For the capillary is not only the reason of rising of water from the roots of the plant to its foliage. जो kerosene rises from the wick of a stove due to surface tension. The capillary tube of a fluid rises more as compared to water is due to surface tension of fluid is more than the water. When an air bubble of the bottom of lakes rises due to the top, it will increase in size. While traveling by the plane, the ink of the pen start to come out due to the decrease in air pressure. In automobile, hydraulic brakes work on Pascal law. A sudden fall in the barometer radius indicate that the weather will stormy weather. The liquid floating and the streamlined manner through a cylindrical pipe along the sectional containing an axis of the pipe. The flow profile will be like this diagram. With a rise of temperature, the velocity of liquid decreases. The highest velocity among the water, air balloon and the honey. किसकी सबसे ज़्यादा वेलोसिटी होती है? अगर पानी में डालेंगे तो सबसे नीचे कौन सा जाएगा? हनी. अमंग द अल्कोहल, वाटर, हनी एंड द गैसोलीन सबसे ज़्यादा भारी कौन सा होता है और विस्कस? हनी. असर्शन पढ़ेंगे. विद द इंक्रीज ऑफ टेम्परेचर द विस्कोसिटी ऑफ ग्लिसरीन इंक्रीजेस. एंड रीजन क्या है इसका? राइज ऑफ टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स. तो पहला वाला गलत है, दूसरा वाला सही है. तो इंक्रीज टेम्परेचर करने से विस्कोसिटी इंक्रीज नहीं होती है. The law which under the same condition of the temperature and the pressure equal volumes of all gases contains equal number of molecules. ये कौन कहता है? Avogadro law. In this condition, distance between the molecules and the carbon dioxide filled in the container may increase on increasing the volume of the container. One leakage of some carbon dioxide gas and the container. The surface of a lake is frozen on the severe winter, but the water is at the bottom still liquid because the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. In a cold weather, aquatic animals survive even at water at the top layer of the lake freezes into ice because water has the highest density at 4 degrees centigrade. So underneath the top layer of the ice there is layer of water. Fish can survive in frozen lake because water near the bottom does not freeze. Among the volume, weight, mass and density increases, the amount of substance does not change, that is in density. Okay, the density of water will reach at maximum 4 degrees centigrade. Maximum density of water कितनी होती है? 277 Kelvin. Assertion पढ़ेंगे. The iron ball floats on mercury but gets immersed in water. The specific gravity of iron is more than the mercury. Is true, but R is false. यहाँ पे स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी आयरन की ज़्यादा नहीं है मरकरी से, अगर ज़्यादा होगी तो वो डूब जाएगा मरकरी में. An iron nail floats on a mercury while it sinks in a water because iron has greater density than water and lesser than mercury. A needle sinks in water whereas ship made up of iron floats because the relative density of needle is greater than the water displaced by it. An iron needle floats on the surface water due to surface tension. While lifting a bucket of water of a bowl, we feel that the bucket becomes heavier above the surface of water. 200 grams of water is filled in the weightless balloon. The weight of water will be 0. The cloud float in the atmosphere because there is a low density. An ice cube is floating on a glass of water. The water level with the ice melt will remain the same. A body floats at 4 degrees centigrade water. If the temperature reaches 100 degrees centigrade, then the body will sink. If it is easier to swim in the sea than in the river because the sea water is salty. Among the air, water, hydrogen and nitrogen, the weight of a body is highest in hydrogen. What the ship enters a sea from a river, it rises a little. Assertion: when a ship enters a sea from a river, it rises a little. Reason: the density of a sea water is greater than the rise of water, river water. अब इसका आंसर है both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Okay. Now अब हम नया टॉपिक स्टार्ट करेंगे, दैट इज ऑप्टिक्स. और अब बिल्कुल आंख कान खोल के बैठ जाइए बिकॉज ये सबसे थोड़ा हार्ड टॉपिक है और क्वेश्चन भी अच्छे खासे आते हैं इससे. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. द विजिबल रेंज ऑफ सोलर रेडिएशन इज अबाउट 400 से 700 नैनोमीटर. द वेव लेंथ extended of a visible light is about between 390 से 780 nanometer. The wavelength of a visible spectrum in the range 3900 angstrom to 7600 angstrom. Human eye is most sensitive to the visible light of a wavelength 5550 angstrom, that is 555 nanometer. The eye of a most sensitive to the color between yellow and green. The nature of the radiation of a light, like both of the wave and the particle. Light appears to travel in a straight line because the wavelength of the light is very small. Among the light, sound, celestial object of a rocket, the light has a greater velocity. Speed of light in a vacuum is nearly 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. The speed of light in air depends on the optical density, temperature, pressure. Light travel at maximum speed in vacuum. Velocity of light is maximum in vacuum. Among the gases, vacuum, water, air, the speed of light will be minimum while passing through glass. सबसे कम किसमें होती है लाइट की स्पीड? ग्लास में. The time taken to reach the sunlight up to the surface of Earth is approximately 8.3 minutes. That is 499 seconds. 500 सेकंड. Okay, 1 सेकंड का है. Among the cosmic rays, light, electron and supersonic wave, this is the highest velocity. Light की ही सबसे ज़्यादा वेलोसिटी है मन के बाद. Among the velocity, wavelength, frequency and refractive index, it does not change when the light travels from the medium to another. ये frequency होती है जो change नहीं होती है. When light waves pass from air to glass, the variable affected are wavelength and velocity. When a ray of light travels from the denser medium to a rarer medium, it speeds up the bands away from the normal. The formation of getting color in a thin film of a soap, it resulted of total reflection and interference. Total internal reflection can take place with the travel from diamond to glass. A cut diamond shines brilliantly due to total internal reflection, like it happens in diamond. The diamond appears luxurious because of total internal reflection. The reason behind the extraordinary shining of diamond because it has the high refractive index. Assertion: a diamond sparks more than a glass imitation cuts to the same shape. Reason: the refractive index of a diamond is less than the glass. A is true, R is false. Diamond का refractive index ज़्यादा होता है. Optical fiber works on a principle of TIR. The phenomena used in the optical fiber to transmission of the light energy is total internal reflection, that is TIR. In fiber optical communication, the signals travels in form of light waves. The following sentence correct. Fiber object is based on the principle of TIR. In an optical fiber communication system, power consumption is extremely low. Optical fiber communication are free from the radio frequencies interference. Endoscope used by the doctors for examining the inside of a patient's stomach works on the principle of TIR. The reason of mirage is TIR of light. Due to the following nature phenomena, mirage is formed due to terrestrial healing and refraction of light. Blue color of the light of the sky is due to scattering of light. The following statement correct. The sky appears blue because of scattering. At the same time, sun appears red due to scattering of light. The red color of the sun at sunset and sunrise due to scattering of light. An astronaut sees color of the sky is as black. When see the sky from a plane in a high altitude seems black. Sea seems blue due to reflection of sky and scattering of light by the drops of water. The green grass appears green to us because it reflects green color light to our eyes. Twinkling of stars in a clear sky due to the nighttime can be explained with reflection of light. When a soft film on the water is seen in the daytime, it shows beautiful colors. This phenomenon is due to interference of light. The nature of image formed in a convex mirror when the position of object is between infinity and the pole of the mirror, that is virtual and erect. The mirror which is used to see the traffic behind the car, convex mirror. The mirror used to rear view mirror in vehicles, that is convex mirror. For saving, one uses concave mirror. The mirror which used as a searchlight is concave mirror. The mirror used by the dentist sees the image of teeth of a patient, concave mirror. The mirror which is used in searchlight, concave mirror. In order to avoid the sunlight, the most appropriate color combination of the umbrella is top white and bottom black. The image formed by the astronomical telescope, virtual and magnified. The number of images of an object placed between two parallel mirrors is infinite. The number of the image formed if the point light source is placed between the two parallel plane mirrors is infinite. कितनी इमेज बनेंगी कि अगर दो पैरेलल मिरर्स के बीच में इमेज रख दी जाए? Infinite. The number of images formed if the point light source is placed between two parallel plane mirror, infinite. When a mirror is rotated by an angle of theta, the reflective ray will rotate by 2 theta. Okay. Now, assertion: small glass beds fixed to the traffic signal glow brightly when lights fall upon them. Reason: light is totally reflected when the angle of incident exceeds the certain critical value and the light traveling is denser medium is reflected from the rear medium. A and R are true, and R is a correct explanation of A. Light is made up of 7 colors. The method of separating the color is the color can be separated by a prism. The color order of a color is a rainbow: blue, green, yellow. Correct order: blue, green, yellow. BG by Bibgior. Rainbow is produced when sunlight falls on a drop of rain. The following physical phenomena is responsible for the dispersion, reflection, and internal reflection. Dispersion of light is possible by the prism. The 7 colors of the rainbow can be represented by Bibgior. The color of the scene in the middle of the rainbow is green. The terminal color band of the rainbow are violet and red. In which direction the rainbow is seen at 12 noon? It cannot be seen at 12 noon. Assertion: A. A stick is dipped in water in a slanting position. If positioned sideways, the stick appears short and bent at the surface of water. Reason: a light coming from the stick undergoes scattering from the molecules given the stick and the short and bent appears. R is false. A is true. Now, a person look at a coin which is bucket of the water. The coin will appear to the closer than it really is. If the person underwater looks a coin above the water surface, the coin will appear at the higher level than it really is. An air bubble in the water will act like a concave lens. Air bubble will act like a concave lens. An air bubble inside the water behave a divergent lens. Air bubble inside water molecules, water behave divergent lens. Two glass lens of same focal length, one being convex and other being concave, are kept contact and combination will be act as plain glass sheet. The minimum height of a plane mirror to see the full size of image of the person is equals to half the light of a person. The minimum height of a mirror required to see the whole stand up image of a man height 1.50 meter will be half of the meter, 0.75. The radius of curvature of the plane mirror is infinity. Curvature plane mirror ka radius of curvature of the plane mirror is infinity. The person standing in front of a mirror find his image larger than himself. That implies that mirror is concave. This type of lens is used in magnifying glass, concave lens. To remove and defeat the long distance sideness, one uses convex lens. The true statement for a person suffering from hypermetropia, that is, a convex lens is used to correct the defect. Reading glasses are made up of type of lens, convex lens. The lens used to minimize myopia is concave lens. A myopia eye can be corrected by using concave lens. When a person enters into dark room from the strong light area, he is not able to see clearly for some time. Later, by gradually begins to see things. This is because changing the size of pupil and balancing the formation of rhodophysions, and eye become familiar with darkness in course of the time. The focusing in the eye is done by change the convexity of the lens. The changes of focal length of an eye is caused by the action of ciliary muscles. The least distance of vision in centimeter is 25 centimeter. The normal eye minimum distance is clear vision is 25 centimeter. The power of lens measured in diopter. If the lens glass is 2 diopter, the focal length will be 50 centimeter. Power of sunglass is 0 diopter. Retina of an image is comparable with the which part of the traditional camera film. In human eye, image of object formed at retina. In alongside-ness, images are formed at behind retina. Okay. The color of opaque object is due to the color it reflects. Color in a television, it's produced by a combination of three basis color. They are red, green, or blue. RGB. The primary color which produced different shades on TV screen: red, green, blue. When beam of red, blue, green lights falls on the same spot, the color of the light becomes white. Among the black, yellow, blue, and red colors, which is not a primary color, black. Three colors are primary colors: blue, green, red. The correct statement are: if the magenta and yellow color instinct, the intersected area will have a red color. If cyan and magenta colored circle intersect, the intersected area will be blue color. The number of color contained in the sunlight is 7. Among the green, brown, red, yellow color, the odd color is brown. The optical illusion are size of the sun at dusk, color of the sun at dawn, the twinkle of the star at sky. New topic: heat and thermodynamics. Be focused, क्योंकि यहाँ से भी बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन आते हैं. Transfer of heat by the convection can take place in a glass and liquid. A liquid remain hot or cold for a long time in thermos flask because there is no loss or gain of heat by conduction, convection, and radiation. Steam at 100 degrees centigrade cause more severe burn than water at the same temperature because steam provide more heat. The hand burn more by steam compared to the boiling water because the steam has latent heat. The heat required in calorie to convert 1 gram of ice at 0 degree centigrade to steam at 100 degree centigrade is approximately 720 calorie. The temperature where the readings of the centigrade and the Fahrenheit thermometer are same, 40 degree centigrade. At what point the Fahrenheit temperature is double of the centigrade temperature? Fahrenheit एकदम डबल हो जाता है सेंटीग्रेड के 160 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पे. Body temperature of a healthy man 37 degree centigrade or 97 या फिर 98 degree Fahrenheit. The normal temperature of human body in Kelvin 310 Kelvin 98.4. The normal temperature of body is 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. Its equivalent in temperature is 36.89 degree centigrade. The scale of the temperature which does not have a negative value, Kelvin. A measured temperature in Fahrenheit scale is 400 degree Fahrenheit. Its value in Celsius scale will be 93.3 degree centigrade. Let the average temperature of the centigrade and the Fahrenheit be CF and CF are related to F equals to 9.5 C plus 32. इसका रिलेशन क्या बनेगा? F equals to Fahrenheit equals to 9.5 centigrade plus 32. The value of 40 degree Celsius and Fahrenheit scale is 104 degree Fahrenheit. 40 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड 140 डिग्री फ़ारेनहाइट होता है. और हम कैसे निकालेंगे? हम यहाँ पे सेंटीग्रेड की जगह 40 रख देंगे और हमारा 104 आएगा. ओके. द वैल्यू ऑफ 50 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड इन फ़ारेनहाइट स्केल इज 122 डिग्री फ़ारेनहाइट. द कोल्ड कंट्रीज alcohol is preferred to mercury as a thermometric liquid because alcohol has lower freezing point. It is used as an antifreeze for the automobile engine. Ethylene glycol. The absolute zero temperature is theoretically and the lowest possible temperature, absolute zero. And expansion during heating decrease the density of the material. When ice melts, then volume decreases. Variation in temperature from 0 degree centigrade to 100 degree centigrade with respect to time of two liquids. P, Q are shown in the graph given below. Then the correct statement is Q attained the temperature of 100 degree centigrade faster than P. The use of thermostat to maintain the temperature. Thermostat is related to temperature. Thermostat is a device which is automatically regulate the temperature of the system. The function of thermostat of a refrigerator to maintain the constant temperature. The safest temperature to keeping food fresh in a refrigerator 4 degree centigrade पे 1.7 degree centigrade to 3.3 degree centigrade. When a soggy biscuits are kept inside the fridge for some time, they become crisp because humidity inside the fridge is low and extra moisture is absorbed. Assertion: a piece of ice added to the drink cools it. Reason: ice takes learned heat from the drink to melting, resulting to the cooling of the drink. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Assertion: large cold storage plants use ammonia as refrigerator, while domestic refrigerator use chlorofluorocarbons. Reason: ammonia can be liquefied at ambient temperature at low temperature. A is true, R is false. ammonia can be liquefied at ambient temperature. गलत बात है. And assertion, if the ice correct at the freezer and the cooling in the refrigerator is affected adversely. Reason, ice is a poor conductor. क्या बात कर रहे हो? Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Ice is a poor conductor, okay, because the molecules does not move. When a glass rod is placed in a steam, its length increases and its width also increases. जो figure दिख रहा है of a metal ball and the metal ring are given below. Ball or annulus. The metal ball just passed through a hole of metal ring, formed out a strip. When the ball is heated and gets stuck, but when the metal is heated, the ball can still pass through the ring as the diameter expand on the heating. ठीक है, हीट करने पे एक्सपेंड होते हैं, कोल्ड करने पे रिड्यूस होते हैं. Or assertion, a piece of copper and a piece of glass are heated to the same temperature. When touched thereafter, the copper piece appear hotter than the glass piece. Reason, the density of the copper is more than the glass. Both are not true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. अभी भी थर्मोडायनामिक्स ही चल रहा है. देखिए कितने सारे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, इस पर ध्यान देना है. In winter, you touch a log of wood and a rod of iron. You will feel rod of iron is colder because in comparison to wood, iron is good conductor of heat. If the temperature of the air increases, how would it affect its ability to assure water vapor? It increases. In the night of a strong wind, dew is not formed because the rate of evaporation is fast. The three statements are air conditioner and the air cooler because maintain temperature. Air conditioner maintain humidity, but the air cooler does not maintain humidity. The air conditioner installed in a room control humidity and temperature. The cooling by the desert cooler is based on evaporative cooling. Cooling is done by rate of compressed gas. When salt is added to the water, then boiling point is increased to the freezing point decrease. And assertion, salt is used for cooking, then the food in place on the higher from sea level. Reason, temperature is low at the higher places. Both are true, but R is not the correct explanation of the A. To keep drinks at the same temperature for quite some time, the balls and the thermos bottles are coated with silver layer. It is more comfortable to wear white clothes in summer because they reflect all the heat falling on them. White clothes and cooler than black clothes because they reflect the whole light. Assertion, we prefer the white dress in winter. Reason, white dress are good conductor of heat. A false or true. Assertion, light colored clothes are performed in summer. Reason, light color are poor absorber heat. Loss of water from the body through perception depends on atmospheric temperature and atmospheric humidity. The most important function of precipitation is due to regulate body temperature. A fan produces feeling of a comfort during the hot weather because our perception evaporates rapidly. In an earthen pitcher, the water remains cold due to the process of evaporation. On a specific day, the time of the temperature was 48 degrees centigrade in Churu and 48 degrees in Simla. The metallic cups, identical in all the respects, contained water at 95 degrees centigrade in Churu and 71 degrees centigrade in Simla. Which one of these two cups reached room temperature first? Both cups reached room temperature at the same time as the temperature difference is the same. A hot body cools from 90 degrees centigrade to 75 degrees centigrade in 25 seconds. The same body is further cooling 75 degrees centigrade. It will take more than 25 seconds. In the season of summer, we experience a humid heat when weather is humid weather. Xeric condition refers to low humidity. The atmospheric exert enormous pressure on us, but we do not feel it because our blood exert pressure slightly more than of the atmosphere. The true statement is additional of solitude to a solution decreases of water potential. Water boil at the temperature below 100 degrees centigrade at higher altitude because the atmospheric pressure decreases and hence boiling point is lowered. Assertion, the boiling point of water decreases as the altitude increases. Reason, the atmospheric pressure increases with altitude. Is true or is false? Atmospheric pressure increase नहीं होता है, decrease होता है altitude बढ़ने से. Food get cooked faster in the pressure cooker because water start boiling at higher temperature due to high pressure. Pressure cooker cooks food in a lesser time because temperature of boiling water increases due to high pressure. In the pressure cooker, food is cooked in a shorter time because the boiling point of water increases. The handle of pressure cooker is made up of ebonite. Ebonite is a hard material. A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Okay. थोड़ा और है thermodynamics, उसके बाद wave motion start करेंगे. So in a pressure cooker, the temperature which food cooked depend mainly upon area of hole of the lid and the weight of the lid. Maximum temperature inside pressure cooker depends on the area of hole and weight of the lid. When water is heated from the 0 degree centigrade to the 10 degree centigrade, its volume first decreases then increases. The changes in the volume of water If the temperature is lowered from 9 degrees centigrade to 3 degrees centigrade, the volume will first decrease, then increase. The true statement is, in an air condition, the heat is exerted from the room temperature at the evaporation coil is ejected out of the condenser coil. A bottle filled with water upon freezing breaks down because water expands upon freezing. A glass bottle containing water tightly corked breaks with the kept freezing because the volume of the water increases in freezing. When pieces of ice floating in a glass of water melts, the level of water will remain same. A piece of ice is floating containing water up to its brim. When whole to the ice melt, the water level will not change. Cloudy nights are warmer compared to the clear cloudless nights because clouds reflect back the heat given off by the earth. The cloudy nights are warmer than clear nights because the cloudy prevents radiation of heat from the ground and the air. The correct statements are: low thick cloud primarily reflect solar radiation and cool the surface of the earth. High thin clouds have a high absorption of infrared radiation, enactment the earth's surface and thus cause warming effect. Fruit stored in a cold chamber exhibit longer storage life because rate of respiration is decreased. Assertion: woolen clothes captures warm. Reason: woolen fiber are made up of a special type of protein which is bad conductor of heat, जो कि गलत है, false. A is true and R is false. The true statement is